Hi, welcome to my channel. I have got a very exciting video for you today. We are doing a beautiful summer look with all Chanel products. We are using some of my favorite Chanel products to create this beautiful glowy peachy coral summery look. We've got a bright lip, we've got coral eyes, we've got a lot of blush, a lot of glow, all things summer. Before we get into today's video, I have a very exciting announcement. I would like to thank Idyl Jewelry for partnering with me and sponsoring a portion of today's video. What first drew me in was how understated but elevated their designs are. Everything is so clean, modern, and minimal, but still very luxurious. One of my favorite things about Idyl is that their jewelry is modular. So instead of having to buy new pieces every time you want to change a look, you start with a base and then you add on. Everything is crafted from 14 karat gold. They use lab-grown diamonds, which are physically and chemically identical to mined diamonds, but far more sustainable. It is designed to last. This is not jewelry that you have to take off or worry about damaging from just living your daily life, right? It's not going to tarnish. It's not going to fade. It is real gold. I chose the diamond stud in large and I chose the Lucia add-on. And I did choose two for, for a complete set, but you don't have to. You can just get one and then you can get a different piece for the other ear. I decided to go with a matching set because that's just kind of more me. But I love that you can add different charms and change up the look without having to buy a new pair of earrings. You just purchase an add-on. And let's talk about these diamonds. Every stone is lab grown, which means they are chemically identical to mined diamonds. They're just way more ethically sourced and environmentally conscious. The quality is incredible. Super clear, beautiful sparkle. Like the clarity is incredible. The necklace that I went with was the Layla. It's an evil eye of protection. I like the lore of the evil eye, and as soon as I saw this, I knew that it was the one for me. It is absolutely beautiful. It is elegant and delicate, but it's just a little bit unique. You'll also see that I went with white gold. With Idyl, you can choose white gold, you can choose yellow gold, you can even choose rose gold. It's so versatile. Every order from Idyl, you do get a gift. So my gift, jewelry cleaning set. Let me just show you the attention to detail with the brand. It says Idyl on it. It's wood. A shine serum. I've already cleaned this jewelry and that really worked. Polishing cloth. And the jewelry is packaged in this beautiful padded bag, handwritten notes in every order. You get a certificate of authenticity. Everything is made in Belgium. I can't say enough about the quality of this jewelry and how impressive the entire experience of ordering from them was. I've had quite a few offers of partnerships on my channel, even for as small as I am, and none of them felt quite right. And I wanted to be sure that my first partnership on YouTube was with a brand that I truly believed in and was actually truly excited to share with you. And Idyl fits the bill. And I hope that you will check out their pieces and just look at the website, see what you think of the jewelry. I'm here to tell you that it is absolutely beautiful. It is very high quality. Let's get into the video. I have tried pretty much all of the Chanel foundations, but my two favorite foundations from Chanel are going to be the Sublimage L'Essence de Teint, the liquid version, not the pot. The pot version was a little too heavy for me, but I know that a lot of people love that one. However, the liquid version of that is stunning. I'm not going to use that today, but just know I have a full video on that. I absolutely love that foundation. The one that I'm going to use today is another one of my favorite foundations. This is like a staple foundation for me. I describe this as kind of the Goldilocks of foundations. It's not too matte, not too glowy. It's not too full coverage, not too light coverage. It doesn't do anything that I don't like. It's just like a perfect everyday foundation for me. I think it feels really nice on the skin and it looks absolutely beautiful. It's still one of my favorite foundations. The shade that I use in this foundation is BD21. That is typically my Chanel foundation shade. If they don't have BD21, B10 is the shade that I go for. B20 is like a little too peachy, orangey shade on me. So not my favorite, but BD21 does not do that, and it's an absolutely gorgeous shade. That is the foundation blended out all over my skin. It is a very natural finish. It's not, like I said, it's not glowy. It's not matte. It just kind of looks like skin, honestly. It is so smoothing on the skin. It has skincare benefits. It's formulated to be really, really kind and good to your skin, and I find that to be true. Concealer from Chanel that I absolutely love, and I know it's a very expensive concealer. I hate to recommend it, but it is really good. And I will say, if you like the Victoria Beckham concealer, if you like that consistency, the really, really nourishing eye cream type consistency of that concealer, I think that you will really like this. Like if you're a fan of the Victoria Beckham, I would get a sample of this if you can and see what you think of it. I don't know, 10 times the amount of product in the Victoria Beckham in the Chanel. And it is more expensive, but not that much more expensive. And honestly, when you look at how much you get and how long this will last you, it's less. And I think it is every bit as good as that one. It does have skincare in it. It's really kind to mature under eyes, and I find it to just look absolutely flawless on the skin. Now, I will say the one thing that I don't love about it is the container. It's in a little pot. This is not my preferred method of applying anything. It works, and it's a beautiful concealer. And like I said, you get so much product in here. You get 0.35 ounces of product. That's a lot of concealer. This will last forever because you don't need much. This is all I'm going to use for both of my under eyes, and it's probably going to be too much. And I like to blend this out with my finger. I like to blend all concealers out with my finger. I think that nothing really melds things in with your skin as well as a finger. Like a brush or a sponge kind of floats on top of it. Your finger really just kind of melts it in with your skin. My dogs are at the door. They're like, hey, lady, if you've spent any time on my channel, then you probably know that I love the Gucci concealer, and I've been using that a whole lot. Like I haven't been able to put it down. I forgot how beautiful the Chanel concealer is on the skin. It really is nourishing and hydrating, and it just sits beautifully. It's got great coverage. It's a beautiful concealer. I know it's ridiculously expensive, but like I said, if you're a fan of the Victoria Beckham, I would suggest maybe giving this a shot and seeing what you think. They also have many more shades in the Chanel. I'm going to fill in my brows real quick. I'll be right back. I want to talk about these Chanel bronzers. Now, these have not yet been released in the States. I don't know what's going on with that, if they're coming. What I mean by they is it's a reformulation and an expanded shade range. This is a new shade called Light Bronze, and it is, as you can see, a very neutral bronzer. So here are the two shades side by side. This is Soleil Tan Bronze. This used to be the lightest shade, and this is Light Bronze. And as you can see, Light Bronze is much more neutral to cool leaning. And this one is much more warm. I like having both because I can use this to sculpt or contour or bronze. It's kind of a do-it-all. This is strictly a bronzer shade on me. This shade works on me because I'm warm olive. So this kind of warm tone is fine on me. This one also works on me. And I'll show you how I use them. I think today I'm going to use both, and I'll show you how I do that. I'm going to use the Light Bronze as like a contour. So I'm going to take it just a little more concentrated here along my cheekbone, just so you can see kind of how that looks and how that works. And as you can see, it's not a gray shade. It would work as a bronzer if I were to blend it out and use it in that way. But I think today I just want to use it as a contour, and then I'm going to go on top with the bronze shade because we're doing a really, really warm, summery look. If you're curious about this shade, it's gorgeous. I had to buy mine from Selfridges. I don't know when they're coming to the States, but I will link them below in case you are interested in this shade. You can get it from Selfridges. It's a little bit less expensive ordering from them. They do have shipping. They have a lot of products on there that are priced a little better than they are here. If you're placing like a large order, it might be worth ordering from Selfridges if you are interested in this shade. Not only the new shades, but also the reformulation. Now I'm going to take the warm shade and go gently on the cheekbones and the forehead, just to kind of a nice warm look, just so you can kind of see how this one looks on the skin as well. I'm going very lightly. You can build this up to get it much more intense. This is Soleil Tan Bronze. Like I said, used to be the lightest shade. Let me get you some swatches of these just so you can see a comparison. I did a full video where I talk about these and compare them to the old formula, not the original formula, but the most recent formula. I do feel like these are thicker, more pigmented, and they are more blurring on the skin. Here are those two shades swatch. You can see the difference in the tones there. Light bronze is so much more neutral. And then the Soleil Tan Bronze is, I mean, almost orange by comparison. But as you can see on the skin, I think it works. I mean, at least for me. But if you are one of the people that you just could not make the Chanel bronzer work because it was too orange, the light bronze, I think, is going to be exactly what you're looking for if you like this formula. I love this formula, and I think that the fact that you get a solid ounce of product makes it a really good value. It's $60, but you get an ounce of product. Like, that's a lot of bronzer. These last a long time. It's very blurring, very smoothing on the skin. I've always been a fan of this formula, and I'm so excited to see a shade expansion. Do you guys remember when there was only one shade? I do. This used to be the only shade. This Soleil Tan Bronze, it was called Soleil Tan de Chanel, I believe. This used to be the only one. And I even liked it then, even though, you know, for many people it was way too orange. Just wanted to let you know that they do have a neutral light bronze shade. So I don't think I necessarily need to powder my face because this foundation, as you can see, it's not super glowy. It's not going to move on me. But since I am wearing concealer, I'm going to go ahead and just very lightly set my under eyes and like my T-zone with the Chanel powder. It's such a lovely powder, and you do get in this powder, again, a full ounce of product. You get a lot of powder in here, and it's a beautiful mattifying powder. It does a great job, in my opinion, at keeping the oils at bay if you're oily, but not drying your skin if you're dry. It is, again, kind of like a Goldilocks powder. I'm just going to lightly set under my eyes and kind of the center of my face. If you have spent any time on my channel, you probably have seen that I am a huge fan of the Guerlain setting powder, the loose setting powder. And you might be wondering how these compare. In my opinion, the Chanel is beautiful, as well as the Guerlain. This is a little bit more mattifying. It might translate to more blurring in your opinion. So if that is what you look for in a powder, this might be the better option. It's beautiful on the skin. I've always liked this. I've owned it off and on over the years. I've always loved the Chanel powder. I have the shade 20 in this, just if you're wondering. I can't see my pores. Even at 10 times magnification, it's like hard for me to see my pores. That's crazy. Beautiful, beautiful powder. Let's go in with some blush. The blushes that I want to use today have made it into my top makeup releases of the year. And that is the Beiges blush sticks that came out with the Golden Hour collection. There have been a lot of blush stick releases. These are different. So what makes these different is that they are matte. This is the orange shade. It is called Reset. And it's orange. It's not like a peach or a coral, an orangey peach. It does have a little bit of like gold reflect in it. The formula itself is matte. It's unique. And this is not necessarily a blush stick. It's like a face stick. You can use it on your lips, your eyes. I just think these are beautiful. I also have the pink, which is Refresh. It's like a fuchsia hot pink, but it is also matte. So these combine to make a beautiful cheek look. I'll show you how I use them. And I don't know if these are limited edition or not. They are still available. I will link them below. I do believe they're worth a look. So since I have so many things on my face, I'm going to work directly from the stick. Ordinary, these you can just apply directly to the face. But since I've got like 2 different bronzers and powder, I'm just going to grab from the stick and work that way. And with this shade, I just kind of go everywhere. As you can see, it's a matte blush stick, meaning it's not dewy, it's not sticky, but it's not flat. There's some reflectivity to it. It's very smoothing on the pores. If you find a lot of the blush sticks that are coming out, like the Dior or the Charlotte Tilbury, to be too glowy or too texture enhancing, this might be a good option for you. The only downside, of course, being that there are only these two colors. I like to go in with this kind of in the center of the cheek, just for a little pop. And I'm going to go directly on the stick just because I have so much going on my face. So that was what both of the blush sticks look like, you know, kind of mixed together. It's this beautiful, bright, corally shade that I love. I do feel like these blush sticks are something special. They're something unique. I have no other blush sticks like them because they are matte, but they have a little bit of reflectivity to them, and they're very blurring and very perfecting on the skin. I don't think they're limited edition, but I will link them below. We're going to do an eye look, and I am going to use one of my favorite palettes for spring summer this year, and that is the Golden Hour palette. When I first got this, I really liked it, but after using it and spending some time with it and creating eye looks with it and really getting to know the formula and the shades, I absolutely love this palette. It has become one of my favorites for spring, summer. I love the looks that I get with it every single time, and it's so easy to use. I am going to start with this shade right here. It is the lightest matte. I love the combination of textures in here. You get two mattes, a shimmer, a metallic, and then like a topper shade. So you get a lot of different textures in one little quint, which I appreciate. And these shadows are so pigmented and easy to work with. For a really pigmented formula, they blend out so easy. This eye look is so easy to create. And I love eyeshadow, but like I want it to be easy. And this is easy. I'm going to take the deeper matte right here and put it in the outer corner and slightly under my lash line. I like to pull my eyeshadow out toward the outer corner to give the appearance that my eyes are a little bit further apart than they actually are. I'm going to take my finger and go in with this corally shimmer shade right here. Pop that on the lid. I'm going to go in with this topper shade right here on the little sponge applicator that came in the palette and do an inner corner highlight. These sponge applicators are really helpful for doing inner corner highlights. They're pointy and precise. I'm also just going to tap a tiny bit of that on the center of the lid here, kind of close to the lash line. And then I'm going to take a teeny tiny little brush and this shimmer shade and go slightly under the lash line, the bottom lash line, just to give a bit of a brightening effect down there. I don't know why, but I've just been loving doing that little step lately. There's not much to it, but it makes a difference in my opinion. I tightlined with my Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal. I use that almost every single time that I do my makeup. I love that eye pencil. I'm going to go in with the Chanel eyeliner. This is a really good eyeliner. It's the kind of eyeliner that I like because it is a brush tip. It is matte. It does not bleed. The tip of the liner is unique in that it's really, really thin on one side, kind of wide on the other. So depending on how you position it, you can get a very fine, precise line, or you can get a thicker line. And I find that it actually works in practice, right? You actually do get different lines depending on how you hold the pencil. This is very similar to me to the NARS Climax eyeliner. I love that eyeliner. It's one of my favorites. I do a wing liner almost every time I do my makeup. It's just how I do my makeup. And I think this one is a really, really nice eyeliner. I also like that when you get it, the ink comes separate. So it's not drying out, sitting on the shelf in the store or whatever. It's sealed. It is only exposed to air when you assemble it. You can purchase this and not open it for, you know, a month or two, and it's not going to dry out. I think it's a really solid eyeliner. Having said that, let me line my eyes real quick. Now, I think the secret to lining mature lids, if that's what you want, or deep set eyes or hooded eyes, is to just draw over your skin like there's nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Like it's perfectly smooth. It's not. Like mine is not. And you can see how kind of uneven and jagged that line is. But when I look straight ahead, it looks straight. And that's really all I care about. I don't care how it looks when my eye is closed. And you really want like a really wet eyeliner to do this step, but it has to be an eyeliner that holds together, that doesn't like spread out or bleed when you touch it to your eye. This one doesn't. No complaints with this eyeliner. I'm actually quite impressed with it. My favorite Chanel mascara is the Le Volume de Chanel. I have like a love-hate relationship with this mascara, and I know that a lot of people love it. It has recently been reformulated. I don't know how recently, but it has been reformulated. I did have someone comment on my video when I mentioned that I had purchased this again. She mentioned that the reformulated version flaked on her and smudged on her, and she was not a fan. I always want to share that information with you when I'm talking about something because I think it's important. I am sharing my experience with products, but everybody has different experiences. Now, in my experience, the old version, although I loved what it did for my lashes, it flaked and smudged on me like with quickness. It was just not a mascara that I could wear really at all. I thought it was absolutely beautiful on the eyes, but it flaked on me like nobody's business. One of the worst on me. My experience with this, the new one, is the opposite. It does not flake on me. She mentioned that it did flake on her. Let me know if you've tried this, if you've had any issues with this, or if you had issues with the old version, you might have the same experience I do where this one doesn't flake. Like I'm very impressed with this one, and I have tested it several different times and I've had no issues with it. I'm going to use the Chanel lip liner in the shade Nude Brun. This is a lip liner that sets down and does not move. I love this shade. It's like a neutral, nude shade. Nude is skin tone dependent. I get that. On me, it's a neutral nude. You have to work quick. That's probably the only downside. For my lip color, I want something bright and vibrant. This is a summer look. I'm feeling the summer vibes. I'm loving all the corally, peachy pinks of it all. This is a shade that came out with the Beiges Golden Hour collection. It launched at the same time, and it is so beautiful. It's one of the ones that I didn't pick at first. And then I was in the store and saw it and was like, oh my gosh, why did I skip this? It's a beautiful, like sheer, vibrant, poppy pink. It's so pretty. It's more pink than poppy, but it does have just a hint of warmth. Shades like this really like wake up my whole face. They make me feel so good. I don't know what it is about them. I love these kind of colors. And this formula is so comfortable. It's so shiny. It's very thin. It's not a super thick formula that's going to stick around all day, but I don't mind because I think that the color is so beautiful. It's so comfortable. It never dries out my lips. I love the Rouge Coco Flash formula. I really, really do. This is my favorite Chanel lip gloss. It's in the shade 738 Amuse Bouche. I'm going to go ahead and put it on. It's like a really, really vibrant corally pink. I'm going to put a little bit in the center of my lips. Here's the lip liner in Nude Brun. This is the Rouge Coco Flash in Sun Kiss. And this is the lip gloss in 738 Amuse Bouche. I think I'm going to go in with another of my favorite products. Now this one is limited edition. It is hard to find. By the time this video goes up, it's still available. I will link it below. It's gorgeous. I'm just going to use the highlight shade. This highlighter right here is what like reignited my love for highlights. I have not been a highlight person in years because I felt like they just enhanced things I didn't want to enhance. None of them looked right. I had kind of sworn them off until I picked this up. I skipped on this initially when this collection launched. I had no interest in it. wasn't really impressed with how it looked, wasn't really impressed with the shade selections. And then I swatched it in person in the store and I was like, okay, yeah, I need that. It's so versatile because of the two different tones and textures. It feels kind of dry to the touch, but it does not go on the skin like that. Like it goes on the skin and just melts in and looks wet. I love to use the pink and then top it with the gold highlight. I'm very happy with that. It is limited edition and I'm going to be very sad when this is gone because I really do think that I will use it up because I like it that much. I wear it all the time. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. If I can find it, I will link it below because I think it's worth taking a look at. Chanel continues to be a brand that I am very interested in. I watch everything they release. I have been a consumer of the brand for years and years and years. Some of my favorite products are from Chanel. I think it's a very well-rounded brand. I think Chanel continues to be exciting. That doesn't mean I love everything that Chanel releases, but I'm interested in seeing everything that Chanel releases. I want to see what Chanel is doing, what they're coming out with, you know, what's next for the brand. I know that they've got some eyeshadow palettes releasing sometime summer, fall that I'm very, very interested in. I will, of course, be sharing those with you when they launch. This is the summer look that I have been wearing over and over and over again. It's a look that makes me feel good, makes me feel confident, and it's just some of my favorite tones, some of my favorite shades. I feel like they're flattering on my skin tone, they're flattering on my undertone. They're perfect for spring, summer, and I just wanted to share this look with you. So I will link everything that I put on my face today below. I highly recommend taking a look at some of these products if you haven't. I am not a person that loves a product just because it's Chanel. Like, it has to perform. It has to perform. And I think that every single one of these products, they all perform. I want to give a special thanks to Idyl for sponsoring a portion of this video. I would not feature something on my channel if I didn't think that it was high quality. And if you are like I was and you're wondering, is the quality really as great as everybody says it is? I'm here to tell you that the answer to that is yes. Thank you so much, Idyl. I will link everything that I'm wearing below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you soon in another one. And until then, please take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.